எல்லாரும் அமைதியாக தான் பேசுவீங்களா இப்படி? I need some hype here. So for me, challenges were like the thing that could push me to do my best. Olympics ku apro there was a break in my career because I didn't know what to do. எனக்கு ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷனே இல்லை. That I had so many questions about myself, that why did that happen? Why did that one day I couldn't perform? Such an honor being here amongst you all and getting an opportunity to interact with you all. I think that would be the appropriate word for me to use here. So, நான் என்னை பற்றி ரொம்ப பேசிக்க மாட்டேன். I hope everyone knows Tamil, right? எல்லாருக்குமே தமிழ் புரியும் தானே? I'll go in Tamil and English mixture. Is that okay? எல்லாரும் அமைதியாக தான் பேசுவீங்களா இப்படி? I need some hype here. ஏன்னா எனக்கு வந்து ஹைப் இருந்தால் தான் பிடிக்கும். Come on. Am I audible? Okay, great. So, என்கிட்ட நிறைய சொன்னாங்க இப்படியெல்லாம் பேசுங்க, நீங்கள் இதை பற்றி பேசுங்க, அதை பற்றி பேசுங்க. I'm not going to do all that because I know நீங்கள் பண்ணுறது it's a very, very big thing, not only for yourself but for the entire nation, I would say, because the day you will become something, it's the day you are going to prove to everyone, whoever stopped you from, telling you that உங்களால் முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொன்னவங்க கிட்டலாம், இதோ பாருங்க, I'm standing here. That's the word, that's how you will be presenting yourself. So I think that is the moment we all work hard for. We all put our hard work through years and years just to, to be able to stand in front of people who thought we would fail. So, yeah, I'd like to tell you something from my journey as a sports person. I started my sports career in 2014 as a shooter. I was always into sports. ஏன்னா கிளாஸ் ரூம்லலாம் நம்மளால இங்கே உட்கார முடியும். So I was always interested into sports சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தே. So back in 2014 I was in my 10th grade and that's when I started shooting. வீட்டில் வந்து சொன்னேன் இப்படி எனக்கு ஷூட்டிங் தான் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு. மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் வேர் வெரி சப்போர்ட்டிவ். சரிம்மா 10th தானே, 10th பார்த்துக்கலாம், நீ ஷூட்டிங் பண்ணு அப்படின்னு. அது வேர் வெரி வெரி சப்போர்ட்டிவ் த்ரூ அவுட். பட் ஓவர் த பீரியட் ஆஃப் டைம் ஐ டுக் 11th சயின்ஸ். 10th கொஞ்ச நாள் 10 நாள் படித்து நல்ல மார்க் வந்த உடனே அப்படியே குஷியில் வந்து சரி 11th 12th சயின்ஸ் படிச்சிடலான்னு சொல்லிட்டு டர்ன் தட் ஐ டுக் 11th சயின்ஸ்ன்னு எடுத்தேன். அண்ட் ஐ couldn't manage shooting, which was something that I wanted to do every day, and couldn't manage my studies because I was always traveling. I was always out of the city for matches. So that's when I decided that சரி okay fine, 12th அப்புறம் either shooting or studies, ரெண்டுத்துல ஏதாவது ஒன்று தான், ஏன்னா ரெண்டுத்தையும் சேர்ந்து பண்ண முடியல என்னால் அப்படின்னு. So that's when I was like very prompt in choosing my sports over my studies because I knew படிப்பில் வந்து நம்மளால் I don't think I'll be able to sit in a classroom for another 4 years and do engineering because that was something out of my zone. இந்த ஜோனில் இருந்துட்டு நான் வந்து உட்காந்துட்டே இருந்தேன்னா என்னால் முடியாதுன்னு எனக்கு நல்லாவே தெரிஞ்சுது. ஸோ ஐ டுக் அப் இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சர். இங்கிலீஷ் தான் நம்மளுக்கு நல்லா வருமே, சரி ஓகே லிட்ரேச்சர் ஆச்சு படிக்கலாம், ஏதாவது ஒன்று பண்ணலாமே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஐ ஸ்டார்டட் வித் இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சர். பட் டு மை லக் காலேஜுக்கு போக வேண்டிய அவசியமே இல்லை. ஏன்னா நான் வந்து மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த டைம்ஸ் ஐ வாஸ் அவுட் அகெயின் ஆஃப் தி சிட்டி ஃபார் மேட்சஸ். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஐ காட் செலக்டட் இன் டு தி இண்டியன் டீம்ஸ் ஃபார் விச் ஐ ஹேட் டு கோ அவுட் ஆஃப் தி கண்ட்ரி. ஸோ காலேஜ்காரங்களும் ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க, நீங்கள் வரலன்னா பரவாயில்ல, நீங்கள் வந்து எக்ஸாம்ஸ் மட்டும் கொடுங்க அப்படின்னு. ஸோ ஆஸ் இங்கிலீஷ் வாஸ் மை ஃபேவரட் subject and my key subject, so it wasn't difficult for me to finish off my exams and complete my graduation. But through this thing that happened for my education, there was a lot of things going on with me in shooting. Because shooting வந்து என்ன ஸ்போர்ட்னா, நீங்கள் வந்து ஆடாமல் ஒரே இடத்துல அட்லீஸ்ட் ட்ரைனிங் நீங்கள் பண்ணுறீங்கன்னா ஒரு 3 to 4 hours ஆடாமல் ஒரே இடத்துல நிற்கணும். அகெயின் for me it was very difficult, which is one of the reason which drew me towards this game, that என்னால் முடியாத ஒரு விஷயத்தை வந்து it's challenging me. So for me challenges were like the thing that could push me to do my best. So ஆடாமல் நிற்கணும் முடியாது. So I started training well, but then there was again, if even in sports there are lots of ups and downs that happen throughout. ஒரு மேட்ச் நல்லா பண்ணலாம், இன்னொரு மேட்ச் again for you people it would be like ஒரு டெஸ்ட் you will be like excelling so good, and you will be like, okay fine, next test nalla pannalan pogumbodhu there will be some of the other turmoil coming in, and you would be finding it difficult. No, sorry, not difficult. You would be finding it not as same as how it was before. So there were lots of ups and downs. There was a period in my shooting career that I was like, okay fine, idukku mela shooting vandu ennala mudiyadhu, because it is just too much, it is too stressful. ஏன்னா பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸே வரல. ஒரு மேட்ச்னா பரவாயில்ல, 2 மேட்ச்னா பரவாயில்ல, 5-6 மேட்ச்சில் வந்து the performance is just not coming up, ஸ்டாக்னண்ட்டாக இருக்கே. So that is when one thing that my coach told me was, it's good that you are stagnant, it means there are a lot of things to improve. It's not that you are dripping down. The moment you start dripping down, that's when we have to think that, you know, oh fine, what is happening, like why is it like not stagnant or not going up, why is it going down? That's when you have that thought process of, you know, why not performing, and you know, you can even eventually end up thinking that, you know, is this sport right for me? So when I was on that stagnant phase, few of the things that I learned was, family is the only thing that would be, you know, like be there for us no matter what. And if not for my parents, I would have not been standing here. Their support even when I was not performing well. Perform pandrapala, of course, they are the backbone, but even when I'm not performing well, even when I'm having the worst of worst days, when I'm feeling like, okay, no, I cannot move ahead, I cannot do this, I think they were the ones who pushed me, because they knew, they had that confidence in me. Not only them, my coach especially had that confidence in me that, you know, I can do, like as a shooter, as someone whom she's been training for the past 4-5 years back then. So she had that confidence in me. Cheri, okay, namma ivlo pandrolla kandipa ivalala panna mudiyumnu or confidence she had. So that is when I thought, when people have so much confidence in me, so much trust in me that, you know, I can perform, why am I not having that trust in me? So I blindly did what she told me, what she taught me. That day, that moment, however I felt, you know, I stood up back, no matter what day it was, no matter what time it was, you know, I was always ready to be there and train. Train is the word, I think, because hard work will eventually come in once you start working. ஜெயிக்கிறப்ப வந்து எல்லாருமே ப்ரேஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஹார்ட் ஒர்க், நிறைய ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, இவங்க இப்படி பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, அப்படி பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. they start analyzing you, they start I know it's going, is it going boring? Okay, because, you know, then I'll have to change my way of talking. So when you win, when you perform, people will always be there analyzing you. Eppadi pannanga, they would want to know you, they would want to learn from you, like I'm standing here right now. So, you know, you might want something to take from me, but I'm here today to learn something from you, because learning is a never ending process, and no matter what we do in our life, what we do in the upcoming days, learning is never going to stop, no matter what we are doing. I am learning how to be a better person, how to be the way I want, the way I look onto someone, the way I, you know, look up to someone, the way how others, people make me feel. I want to learn how they do it, because learning is never going to stop, no matter what we do. இன்னைக்கு இல்லைனா 80 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறமும் the learning is going to be there, whatever we do, in whatever thing we do. So yeah, okay, எல்லாரும் இப்படி பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தீங்களா? I got a bit, okay, cool. So coming back from shooting and all, coming back to my journey. So learning a lot of things over this period of 8 years around till I went to the Olympics. நிறைய things learn பண்ணோம், நிறைய things கற்றுக்கிட்டேன். But then ஒலிம்பிக்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் there was a break in my career, because I didn't know what to do. எனக்கு ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷனே இல்லை. லைக் okay fine, every athlete's dream is to win a medal at the Olympics. I went to the Olympics, I couldn't win a medal. So I was like, okay fine, Olympics போயிட்டோமே, இதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு there was a break, there was a very clean break in my career. ஒரு 3 months I didn't know what to do. I was ending up in injuries, because possibly in the back of the mind I didn't even want to start shooting again. ஏன்னா I was like, I was done training for 8 years and then not winning a medal at such a big stage. I was like done, and I didn't want to wait for the next 4 years, because the next Olympics was supposed to be, I mean, is in 2024. Can I please get some water? So I didn't have the patience to wait for 4 more years to again go to the Olympics, again perform, and then win a medal. So for me, I was like, okay, fine, let's wrap it up. I think this was my journey to the Olympics in shooting. So I sat down with my coach. I told her, I'm not at all finding anything. I do not have the courage to take up the sport again and, continue from the basic, because now it will be again from the basic for the next 4 years. I'm like, I'll have to play the nationals, then the World Cups, World Championships. It felt long. It felt very distant for me. And that's when my coach told me something. Asked me something. Was I the only one who was working on the lane? And I was like, maybe, yeah, I'm the only one standing there and shooting. And then she made me realize some things about the group of people who were working with me, for me. So she was like, for the past 4 years, these were her words, for the past 4 years, have been running behind you just to make sure that you go to the Olympics, not for me. So I was like, true, very true. Definitely, I had somehow missed out on that point that, thank you so much. Yeah. I somehow had missed on that point that, because I was so much into me that, okay, why should I even be starting the sport again when I'm not able to perform on such a bigger stage? That, I had so many questions about myself, that why did that happen? Why did that one day I couldn't perform and I had been performing throughout? So that's when my biggest motivator came into play, my coach. So the things that she asked me made me realize one thing, that no matter what I'm doing, there were a group of people whom the media, the front people couldn't see, who were working only for me. My mind trainer, my coach, my parents for that matter, who had been pushing me so much, like, no matter what you do, we are always standing behind you, we always have your back, we have got you. And my coach never giving up on me, no matter how good the day was, how bad the day was, how not good the day was for that matter. And my mind trainer always helping me to keep me in the sane mindset. That's when it clicked me, like, okay, fine, if all those people can come into work, come into play just for me to be able to stand there for 3 hours and train, why not I put into the effort what they have been doing for all those years just to see me shine? Why not? So that is the point, I think, that turned to be one of the major points in my life, and I took up this sport again. I started training again, and it's been a year now. So coming back to motivation, this is where I felt that, there are people whom you will not be able to understand at that point of time, but would be only tirelessly working for you no matter what you do.